Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is the best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives, making that income, making that impact, and living fulfilling lives. And today, I want to talk about how I made my first million Kwacha. How much is that in dollars? 1,000 something dollars, right? It's a big deal for me to be able to have made that much money because I've made it online and I had never known it was possible from this side of the earth to make any money online. So that was a mind-blown moment. And I just want to take you through that process because there's a lot of mindset work that went into me understanding that, a lot of boldness to offer myself and be subject to people's poking and judgment. And it broke through a lot of the ceilings that I had identified in my life as how you can make money, what kind of business you can run. And so this is what I will share with you. First of all, I want you to understand that I have had a weird relationship with money. I really have. And then with business as well, because after being in a job that paid me well, I really did not understand how else people would make money. I know people would make money in business, but I had never really sustained a business before. So I didn't know how you make money in that large scale kind of thing. I could make maybe 100,000 kwacha, which is a little over $100, maybe 120 or something like that, depending on the currency right now. But that's all I could make in business. I could make cakes and quit. I could sell clothes and quit, stuff like that. So I had never seen money come in a big sum enough to alter anything in my life. And therefore, I associated work and my kind of work with money. So my kind of work was like this kind of hard work. You are restricted. You can't go home anyhow kind of work, like struggle. So I associated struggle with work. So when I started a business after I quit my job, that's what I did at my business as well. I had to struggle. I had to create struggle. I was working super hard unnecessarily. I was doing things that weren't adding value, but as long as I was busy and suffering. Because for me, that's how money would come through. And so coming from that kind of space, I got to a place in my life where I was exhausted. I was just done. I was like, this is not working. This is not working. I need to see a change. And when I did that, I go to God. When my business was struggling, I would go to God. When things were good, I would always go to God. So during prayer time, I just felt like, I need a better way. I need to know. And I had been reading the story, I think in Matthew 25, it's about the parable of the talents. And that just jumped at me, the story that you have to use what you've been given. Because I was always asking for more capital. It's like, every time I wanted to do something, I wanted capital. And everybody who has tried to do business knows that issue, right? Where we go, like, I can't start a business because I don't have capital. Banks need to give us more money, blah, 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 blah. That was my story as well in that moment because I thought, okay, I want to do things differently on the farm, but that required capital. Okay, I want to produce this book that will help people's lives. The planner that I have, I needed capital. And I was just in a place where I couldn't even confidently ask for capital because I had lost so much money. Not from just blowing it, but from mistakes, things I should have known better maybe, but I didn't. So I made so many mistakes. So I couldn't ask for money in that moment, but I did because I didn't know what else to do. So I was like, you know what, Lord, if you give me money this time, I'll be more diligent. And I remember in the quietness, I was skipping, I think later after that time in prayer, I was skipping and then something came to mind. It's like, what have you done well? I'm like, what have I done well? What do you mean? What have I done well? Like then something came into mind that skipping. I mean, something came to mind that weight loss. You have lost weight very well. You have a system for weight loss. And I was like, yeah, but that means nothing. I'm a chartered accountant, and I can only use things that are fancy like that, like accounting, business, whatever. But that kept coming at me. It's like, you have lost weight 2 times. I had 2 kids and I was overweight always. But after I had the kids, it was just crazy. And everybody thought that this was how I was going to look the rest of my life. And so I lost weight the first time. And after I got pregnant, people were like, why did you mess that up? You're going to be stuck in this body again. And I lost weight again. So I had like a track record and a system where I had invoked it one time and invoked it again. And it worked for me. And so the parable of the talents talks about using what you've been given and multiplying it. And then I felt the conviction that what you need to do, instead of asking for capital, is to understand the value that you bring. How many people want to lose weight? Maybe you can help them and you can raise the capital you want to do whatever you're looking for. And that was, ding, eye-opening, but it was also very, very scary. So that led me to start thinking, okay, I need to find a way to offer my services to people who are trying to lose weight, and my proof will be me, right? And because I'm a person who loves pictures, I had been taking a lot of pictures the whole time I was overweight and the whole time I was losing weight. So I had proof of concept, but I didn't know what to do. So, which is the first point, understanding your value. I understood the value I've brought. I didn't like it. I didn't like the value I brought because in my head, success didn't look like a fitness coach. Success looked like a business coach or a chartered accountant, something, something, because it was accepted. No, when I say I'm a chartered accountant, people are like, whoa, nice, where? No, when I say I'm a fitness coach, they're like, oh, okay. Okay, it's like, okay. So for me, I didn't want that. I wanted something people would approve of. I wanted something my parents would be like, girl, you're doing it. But in that moment, I didn't know what else to do. My business needed capital, and that's all I had done. So I tried to ignore it. But every time I came back to prayer, it came back into my mind. Like every time I was trying to talk to God and ask for something, it came back like, you are not listening, you are not listening. So I had to listen. So that allowed me to do the first step, which I'm telling you was what I did to make my first 1,000 something dollars in my business, which validated me in a big way, which confirmed me in a super amazing way at that point. But anyway, understanding my value was the first thing. The second thing that I had to do was take a bold step and put myself out there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like I told you, I wanted something people will approve of. So I was like, now I'm going to tell people I'm going to coach them and then ask for money. They can get this information for free online. Why can't they just get it online? Oh my goodness. Now I have to put myself out there. But I did. I needed to put myself out there. And I remember on the day I did that, I just put a random post on my page and threw the phone away. I wanted to dig and be in the ground. I was so ashamed. I was so scared. But I just put, I can help you coach. And I said 5,000 Kwacha, which is little money for what I was offering. But I said it and I ran away. And I wanted to launch a program on a Monday. Like give myself tell people on a Monday and start on the next Monday. Like give myself 7 days to get people on. But because I was afraid, I tried to sabotage myself by offering it on a Friday to start on Monday. And I was like, at least I'll have peace when I go to God that I tried it, it didn't work. But it did work. On Friday, I sent that advert out. And you know what? 15 people signed up. And I had made 75,000, which is like $100. Just like that. I was not organized. I was scared. I didn't have a plan. But I had people on. And thank God, because he brought people on. Otherwise, I wanted it to fail so that I could use it as an excuse. So boldly put yourself out there. When you are starting to do anything, you will have these ideas like other people are doing it. You won't make it. In judgment, people, what will people say? You have all these things, but you have to be bold enough and say, you know what, I need to give myself a chance. Because you don't build anything by hiding or being afraid of people or trying to please people. You build things by being bold. And I took that step and was bold. The other thing I had to do next was not to overthink things. Right? I learned as I go. When people signed on, I didn't know what to do, how I was going to do it, but I created a WhatsApp group with what I had, and I was like, let's start. So I'll just start, I'll just speak to people, I'll just do what I know. I learned as I went. So this step is learn as you go. Perfection, not possible. Progress, absolutely possible. Take progress over perfection and take step after step. I like this quote that I saw, not a quote, but a story. This successful person was sharing that when you are launching your product and you're super proud of it, it's mostly because you're launching it too late. What that means is most of the times when you have to move and take a chance, it won't be perfect. You will see flaws with what you're offering, but you have to offer it anyways. You have to offer it because when you offer it, then you can improve it. You will learn as you go. You will learn how to treat your customers. You will learn what you offer. You will learn what you can do and what you can't do. For me, I was over investing because I felt like I was in over my head. I was doing too much for people. People would pay 5,000 Kwacha, which is a small amount, but they would ask for the biggest things. Others would ask for a discount. Others would want to pay 2 times. It was a lot. And I would just say yes, yes, because I was so grateful for them even signing up. And I felt so small and I was so not confident in what I was offering. I attracted a certain type of customers, which was not really pleasing. But over time, I started to learn, I started to understand, I started to see what I wanted and what I did not want. And it gave me the confidence to say, okay, you know what? No, this is what I do. And I raised the prices even. And I was able to attract a different type of people and therefore I was able to see results. When I was offering it at a cheap price and I was not confident, It was hard to see people have results because people would quit, people would not be committed, people would have excuses. Imagine creating a plan for somebody and you are invested in it, you don't sleep, you're trying to make it beautiful and send it to them, and they tell you that, I have just been busy. You know how it is, my kids. You know how it is, my family. Like excuses. And I'll be so angry. I'm like, I'm putting my heart in this and it's not working. So learning as you go is a key process to creating anything worthwhile. And it was key for me as well in making my first substantial amount of money in my business. Be okay with judgment and rejection. You'll be rejected. Like seriously, you'll have the best project and people will look at you and say, no, that's what I struggled with. That's why I didn't want to even start in the first place. Because rejection doesn't feel nice. So what I did with my fitness coaching program was I put it out there and I had people inbox me who would just say, how can we pay for this? This is for free. Yeah, I'm on groups that are doing this for free. It's even better. People would just argue, pick on it, and I was there being worked up, feeling hot in my chest. I'm like, oh, maybe I should not sell it. Maybe I should not do it. Maybe I should. But I knew that I had this conviction. I knew that I needed to do something and make something out of this program. And so I had to stick it out. But it wasn't pleasant. I was scared. I was afraid. I was like depressed a little bit. But you know what I did? I went to prayer. I'll just pray to God and say, encourage me. And I read a lot. And so every time I read a book, a biography about people I admired, you see the rejection there. And then after the rejection, they're going somewhere else. They're going somewhere else. Because rejection is not personal to you. It reflects the other person. You're not a match. You're not a savior. Not everybody should love you. You don't need everybody to love you. You just need a few people who are willing to invest in you. And so just you understanding that frees you to actually take a chance, be rejected and shake it off and move on and not be like, oh, I am useless in this world. Nobody wants me. No, it's just one person or two people or 20 people. But how many people are in this world? How many people do you need to survive? How many people do you need to be successful in your business? Not everybody, right? So be okay with it. I like to give the example of Coca-Cola as well. How many people hate Coca-Cola? Me included. I don't drink Coke. But does that make Coke unsuccessful? No. I will reject them quickly, but they still have millions and millions of people who are like, we love Coke, we would die for Coke. So you don't need everybody to clap at you. You don't need everybody to stamp their approval on you. You just need a few people. So be okay with being judged, criticized, and resisted, rejected. Be okay with that. It doesn't matter in the long run. The next thing you should do, which I did, was just keep growing, keep improving, and it will change. You know how it is? Like, I wish somebody would just hold my hand and tell me, Memphis, in a year from now, you won't feel how you're feeling. In a year from now, you won't be as burdened as you are. It will be better. It will improve. It will get better. Because when you stick with things long enough, and which is something that I did, I was used to starting businesses. Okay, I would start. You know how it is. I'm sure you have started a couple yourself. You start, there's a hype around it, you're excited, and then it starts getting boring or very demanding, and then you quit. Then you start something else or don't start something else. But I was like that. I was starting, when it gets hard, I would quit. And with this, I couldn't let myself quit because I felt like I received guidance from God Himself. I received a higher guidance. It wasn't just me being excited. It was something I didn't want to do, but I felt so strongly. It was something that I didn't want to do, but I felt so strongly. Get it done, Mavis. Do it. Do it. And so I was like, okay, I will just do it. I remember one time I was like, I don't want to offer it to anybody anymore. I took a break, but people started reaching out to me and saying, you do fitness coaching and whatever. And so I kept going. I kept improving. In the place I'm in right now, it's a whole different business. I know who I'm serving. I know the value I bring. There is a system in place. It doesn't stress me out at all. And it's able to bring substantial income every month. When I made that first $1,200 or so, I was looking at my phone because I had never made that money in any business before. And I was like, I made this on my laptop. I made this on my phone. Ah! It was like, oh my goodness, crazy for me. But it validated me in the value. And that's why when I'm teaching about making money, I don't say, try this business or multiply this money or find a product. I say, find your purpose, find your value, find your gift. Because that you can use to build on something. So my gift was sharing. My gift was resilience. In that moment, I could lose weight and I could talk to people about it. Other people can lose weight, but they can't share it. They can't develop an idea and say, okay, this is what happened. They can't do that. But I could. And I used to take it lightly, like, oh, it's just me. But no, it was something God had given me to say, this can produce the capital you need to be able to fund the things that you want to do. And that's what it did for me. And that's how I made my first money. And those are the lessons I learned. I hope you can apply it to your life. You can apply it to make bigger than $1,000. You can apply it to make more and more. Because like you see, I started making 75,000 my first try. The next time, over time, I made 1 million kwacha, and so on and so forth. You see? So there is always that smallness in which you have to start. There's always that imperfection that you need to work through. But if you're resilient and you work on something that is deeper than just like hype, deeper than just morale, you'll be able to build on it and create opportunities for yourself. I hope this was helpful for you. Like, share, subscribe, pass it on to a friend who needs this encouragement or who needs to learn these lessons. And then also, if you want to do more work and focus your energy in the right place to make income impact in all manner of ways, and take on the free on your lane challenge. It's a 7-day that will work together to just activate different insights for you so that you can know what to do and how to do it. Check it out. There's a link in the description box. Check me out also on social media. Maybe it's Kwacha. I'd love to connect with you over there. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or just drop me a DM. I'd love to get in touch with you. Tuesdays, I'm on YouTube. Thursdays, I'm on the podcast. So get in touch. Let's keep growing and elevating together. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.